It looks like this front pipe, or whatever this is still actually on the ground. I thought the resonator was on the ground, but the resonator is actually above the ground. But it's definitely this that's causing more dragging problems. So it looks like tomorrow I'm gonna have to remove, I guess, from header back, and that's the only way we'll have clearance for anything. And then I'm gonna try to figure out something to raise the exhaust so I don't have to run without an exhaust. Apparently, I just might not be that smart. What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Now, one of the reasons I started making YouTube videos is to, 1, entertain, and 2, to educate. And sometimes the person that's trying to do the educating needs education themselves. And my last video with the coilovers, when I installed them, I kept trying to adjust them, and the car really wouldn't raise or lower. It would lower, but it wouldn't really raise, and I was really confused, and I thought these were like full send or no send coilovers. Well, apparently there are 2 types of coilovers, and my BRZ has a different type than this car has. So pretty much what I learned from doing my research and talking to my online friends is that there's 2 types of coilovers. There's partial thread and full thread. The BRZ is a partial thread, so you adjust the spring to make it go up and down. On this car, it's a full thread, so you don't adjust the spring. To adjust the spring is adjusting your spring rate, which messes it up. You adjust the body of it, and that's what makes the car go up and down. And I didn't know that. I didn't know there was 2 types. I thought these coilovers were just kind of janky or something, but it turns out that's not the case. So now I know what I'm doing, so now we can actually lower and raise the car. I took off my entire exhaust system because I was scraping and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I was gonna say I'm just gonna send it without an exhaust. So I have the exhaust over there, and we're gonna have to put that back on because I don't want it to sound stupid. So now that I know what I'm doing, we can actually fix and drive the Civic today. So I'm excited because we actually have our first drive of it lowered. I'm gonna adjust all the spring rates back to stock where it was, and then actually adjust the body of it to raise the car a little bit so we can actually drive the car. Common Pennsylvania thing. It looks like it's gonna storm. It's super cloudy, but it's not gonna storm. It's just how the fall looks in Pennsylvania. So for cars like my BRZ, you adjust this part to raise and lower the car. But cars like, or coilovers like this, you actually adjust this. So we have to take this off, spin this to make it higher, which is annoying because I didn't think we had to do it on like that, but it's a different coilover than my BRZ, so that's how these ones work. I thought my collar bolt was being a little bit weird because it didn't feel like going in. I'm not even sure it's the right bolt, but it turns out that the bolt kind of skipped a thread on me, so we got to take a little detour, go to Lowe's and get a new bolt so we can finish the front. But what I'm doing for the front is I'm raising the entire cup 4 rotations. I'm gonna do that in the front and the back, and that should raise me up maybe like a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch, and that should be enough clearance. If not, well, I gotta take everything off again. I don't really want to do that, but if it comes down to it, I will. Since I'm an expert at breaking bolts on this car with suspension pieces, it looks like every single part of the suspension uses an M10 by 1.5. So I guess the M10 is the thread pitch and the 1.5 is the thickness, I think. I don't know. But that's what the thread pitch is. That's what it was for the collar on here. So I'm gonna put the tires back on and we should be good to go. We are still tucking some tire, but boys, here's the exciting part. The exhaust is no longer on the ground, and that is amazing. Everything is now adjusted, and definitely took me a lot longer than I was expecting, and probably should have, for no reason. I was just getting frustrated by the coilovers not wanting to adjust the springs again. But now is probably a good point to put the exhaust back on because it should clear now. So I'm gonna put the exhaust back on, move the BRZ, and take it for our first drive. Now at this current ride height where we're at, I think we're still going to scrape the exhaust, but the exhaust is a good 1.5 inches off the ground now, So I'm going to test it because I really desperately need to get air in the tires. I tightened everything down, everything should be completely secure. So we're gonna go take it out, and I know I'm gonna scrape coming out this driveway because my driveway is super extreme, but I think we'll be fine to go to Wawa to get air for the tires. And the air in the tires probably will raise the car another inch, honestly, because these tires are so flat. So we're gonna go for our first drive. I guess I'm on the flattest part of my driveway when I'm doing this. I literally got 2 feet and I started scraping my exhaust again. So I gotta take everything off again, redo it. I'm gonna do like 6 rotations this time just to be sure it's good. Don't really want to do this, but I'm gonna have to. After literally adjusting the car all day, this is the farthest I've gone out of the driveway without a scrape. So far, so good, boys. Boys, the Civic is officially lowered and I'm driving it and we're not scraping and my exhaust is on the ground and this is this is crazy. Like, I'm so hyped right now that we're like slammed. I'm driving it. We're not scraping yet. I know we're going to because like we have this much clearance, but we're gonna go straight to Wawa so I can get air in my tires and we probably won't have any problems. But boys, we're low. We're slow. Oh, I nipped my exhaust a little bit there. But we're getting there, boys. So far, I've been driving like down the road and I've been hitting bumps and everything sounds good. Honestly, the suspension feels a lot better than I was expecting it to. It's a little bit crashy, but like not in a bad way, if that makes sense. It just feels kind of stiff. So it feels really smooth. You hit a bump, yeah, you feel it. But at the same time, like, it doesn't feel that bad though. I'm just happy that we're driving right now. So I'm gonna get some air in the tires now, drive it back, maybe take some pictures on the way home, because I can actually drive the Civic again for once, and that makes me so happy. Honestly, the Civic is a lot stiffer than I expected. We got air in the tires because all the tires are flat. The car feels really good right now. I'm very, very pleased with it. It just took all day to do. But we're not making any weird noises except for whatever's in my trunk, because I've got a lot of stuff in my trunk that I definitely need to get rid of. But the Civic is driving. The alignment feels a lot better than it did. Still need to get the car aligned, and I will do that eventually once I have a little bit more money to do so. But right now, boys, the Civic is driving. I want to take some pictures of it because the car hasn't left the house in like a month, so I want to take some pictures while it's nice and low. It only took all day to get the Civic driving. It only took about a month to slam the Civic from getting new control arms to new bolts to everything. I'm just so ecstatic right now that the car is drivable. The reason the front bumper fell off is because it just doesn't want to stay on for some reason. And the other day I just had to loosen something. It just kind of broke off and it snapped a tab, and I don't know, I got to figure that out because this bumper is garbage. But we're driving the Civic again, boys. I already know kind of what I want to do next to the car. I'm going to slow down, like, I'm not going to slow down. I have a couple parts actually in my house that I'm waiting to install, which probably next video or two I'll start doing all that stuff. But boys, we have the Civic going and I'm super hype about it. I am going to leave you guys off here, so if you guys could please do me a few things. Comment, like, subscribe. Keep doing you, do all that fun stuff, stay motivated. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and peace.